Eric Noonan, CEO of Cybersheet Services International. I'm joined here today by Casey Lang, Vice President of Compliance. I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about our new federal Enclave launch. We've gotten a lot of feedback, a tremendous amount of coverage, both from the press, from our customers, from people looking for a solution to CMMC specifically. And I think our federal Enclave solution gives you the three things that everybody's looking for. It reduces complexity, it speeds time to compliance, and it reduces cost, right? Number one question I get from everybody, every customer I interact with is how much and how long? And the Enclave is, the answer to those questions is less than it would have spent had you done it the old way on your legacy environments, and faster. And that's, I think, cheaper and faster is an answer many customers want to hear as they struggle with evolving compliance requirements. And so I'm excited about it today. Casey, from my perspective, those are the three huge benefits of this federal Enclave, right? It reduces complexity, it speeds time to compliance, and it reduces cost. But you've done hundreds of these assessments. And so as someone who's lived in the trenches with all kinds of customers, what do you think the benefits of our federal Enclave solution are?
Yeah, the federal Enclave concept works well across the board. There's a lot of organizations out there that are trying to do this internally, and this kind of creates the templatized approach to controlling your CUI. It's a requirement that you control the flow of your CUI, so having an environment like this gives you the right place to put it, a compliant place to put it, and it minimizes the impact of trying to apply the controls across your entire environment, whether that's a legacy manufacturing environment or something other than that. So it's a good approach to get that data in one spot in an already compliant solution.
Generally speaking, Casey, I get two camps of conversation, I guess, when I talk to customers or people struggling with CMMC compliance. And it's kind of I got a legacy environment, lots of infrastructure, mostly on-prem, maybe some cloud. I don't know if I have CUI. If I do, it's probably not labeled. And then we have another flavor of conversation, which is we do defense work. We have several contracts with the Department of Defense, and they're important, but most of our business, or a large portion of our business, is commercial. And I don't have to apply all this CMMC stuff to the commercial side of my business. Does the federal Enclave work for kind of both of those scenarios, or is it not a fit for one of those?
No, it works well for both of those scenarios. If you look at system security planning as an example, the requirements there are to establish boundaries for controlling where your CUI exists, and this defines the boundary up front. If you take the instance with an organization that has both commercial and defense work, keeping the impact of the control requirements away from the commercial side where it might be economically impacting, to have it across your entire organization, and keeping the protections in one spot will certainly make things easier, especially as the DoD gets better at identifying CUI as part of the contracting process. For legacy organizations with manufacturing infrastructure and things like that, the current situation is that most of them don't have a solid grasp about what their CUI data sets look like, but certainly as they get clarification on that, it's the right approach to get that data in somewhere that's already protected, compliant, right from the get-go.
Yeah, I think that's a super important point. One of the things that I see in some parts of the supply chain for the defense industrial base is we're just going to do nothing because I don't know what my CUI is. I don't know if I have it. So till I know that, I'm not going to do anything. One of the great things about this federal Enclave approach that we're going to go deeper into February 23rd, 12 p.m. Eastern. Please register for the webinar. You'll see the video on this link, or the link on this video. One of the great things is this eliminates that conversation because it's affordable, it's fast, it's less complex. So you can stop making perfect the enemy of good, and you could say, I'm going to stand up an Enclave and I'm going to grow into it. So I'm going to stand up a affordable 5-person Enclave to start, and I'm going to grow into it as I scale my business or identify my CUI. So rather than the big bang expensive approach, the Enclave gives you the ability to really step into it and scale it as the business case for your business and your cost centers allow. And that's what I like about it, is it's a way to not do everything at once, which I think, Casey, we've seen, when you have a plan to kind of retroactively address all these controls at once, it's unlikely to succeed. Well, I appreciate you joining me, Casey, and I know we'll have Carl Herberger will be doing the webinar on February 23rd at 12 p.m. We'll go deeper into this in terms of the use cases and stuff, but what I would say this, if you're looking for a way to get CMMC or NIST 800-171 alignment and compliance faster, with less complexity and less cost, go to our webinar February 23rd. Casey, thanks again so much for joining us today.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.